Brussels sprouts. People sometimes blanch them, or they overcook them, or they boil them, and this is a really, really easy, kind of like one-pan recipe that you can do with Brussels sprouts, and I'm all about not working harder than I have to. I work really hard in the restaurant, so when I get home and I decide I'm going to cook for my family, I kind of try to slow it down and take it a little bit easier. So all I need for this is some Brussels sprouts. I've got here, I'd say it's probably a cup and a half of Brussels sprouts. I need 2 tablespoons of butter, 1 whole shallot, 2 cloves of garlic, and about a 1/4 cup of chicken stock, and I'm going to use the same amount of white wine. So the trick is here, get your pan really hot. We want to get color on those Brussels sprouts. Use canola oil. If you use olive oil, you'll just burn it. So pan is smoking. I will add my Brussels sprouts in. This is gonna spit and steam at you a little bit because there's a lot of water in there, so be careful. It's like popcorn, but green. Move those around a little bit. While the Brussels sprouts are working, these are rough chop. So very simply, on top, fingers out of the way, bam, done. Next one, fingers out of the way, bam, and done. Don't add your garlic too early, and this is in all cooking. Do not add your garlic too early, because if you add your garlic too early, it will burn. Nobody likes burnt garlic. When it's brown, it's cooked. When it's black, it's fucked. If you can't do that, don't worry about it. Just stir them around. The shallot, really simple. I'm just gonna slice it. You do not have to do it that fast. I'm paying the cameraman by the hour, so I have to do it that fast. We're starting to get a little bit more color here. Now I'm gonna add in a little bit of my butter, so I'm gonna add in half now. I'm gonna save the other half. Hit this with a good pinch of salt. Guys, when I say good pinch of salt, it sounds like it's open to interpretation, but it's not really open to interpretation. So when I teach my cooks in the restaurant, there is a 1-finger pinch, which is that much salt. There's a 2-finger pinch, which is 2 fingers. 3-finger pinch, which is that, and there's a 4-finger pinch. Butter is working nicely. I'm starting to get good color on my Brussels sprouts. If you cannot do this with your fingers, then use a little tool and just flip them over. All right, so my Brussels sprouts look like they're having a good time. Now is a good time for me to add my shallots. And I will add my garlic. Now this is where I really got to start paying attention to it, yeah? Because if I let it get too hot, the garlic's gonna burn, the shallots are gonna burn. So it's important now that I have all my mise en place done, I have everything in front of me that I'm gonna use, and that I'm paying attention to the pan. Guys, when people do this, let me give you the side angle real quick. When people do this, they're not like throwing the thing up in the air and catching it again. That's not what's happening. All I'm doing is I'm pushing the pan away from me, pushing the pan away from me, pushing the pan away from me, and letting it come back. That's it. So you're not sitting there trying to like keep the pan under where the food is. You're just letting gravity do its job. I am going to add in the rest of my butter. I'm gonna hit this with a few turns of the pepper mill. If you guys look, you can see I've got really good color on each and every one of these little Brussels sprouts. That's what you want. I mean, I think of them, I treat them like little scallops, right? Like little vegetable scallops. Get really good color on each one of those Brussels sprouts, it'll taste even better. I'm going to add about a 1/4 cup of chicken stock, about the same amount of white wine. I'm gonna let that reduce a little bit. I'm gonna whack it in a 350-degree oven for about 15 or 20 minutes, or until the Brussels sprouts are nice and tender. Brussels sprouts look great. The wine and the chicken stock has reduced and done what it is supposed to do. Now to finish this off, all I need to do is pull out my herbs. I will hit this with a little bit of lemon juice. Rough chop of some parsley. That looks gorgeous. It's still bright green. You can see the char from where we colored it nicely. Chicken stock and butter and white wine and salt and pepper and thyme. Everything nice. A little bit of chopped parsley over the top. A little drizzle of olive oil to make it shiny. And there you have Brussels sprouts that anybody can make.